Hello everyone, I am Shruti Vijayargi from BISP Solution. In this video, I am going to tell you about the two sample t-tests with unequal variances. So this test, also known as Wells t-test, is used when two population variances are not assumed to be equal and hence must be estimated separately. Earlier or in my previous video, I discussed about the tested hypothesis about two population means based on data from two independent samples under the assumption that the two populations had the same variance, that means equal variance. In this video, I am talking about the two sample t-test with unequal variances. Two sample t-test assuming unequal variances is the most common type of t-test. You have three options in Excel for t-test. First one is assuming equal variances, which I discussed earlier, assuming unequal variances, and a paired two sample. So this will be the formula for the calculation of t statistics. X1 bar minus X2 bar divided by S X1 bar minus X2 bar, where S square is the unbiased estimator of the variance of the two samples N1 and N2, which are the participants in group. Note that in this case, S X1 bar and minus X2 bar is not a pooled variance. So S will be calculated like this, and the degree of freedom will be calculated with the help of this formula. But in Excel, we don't require to calculate this with the help of these formulas. We just use 2T test using unequal variances. So how does it work in Excel? We go through with the help of an example. So here is the data for female and male students, and it denotes the study hours of 6 female students and 5 male students. So what we have to do for t-test with unequal variances, just go to the data tab and then select data analysis, and from this select the two sample assuming unequal variances, and then click OK. So in this variable one range, here we have to enter the cell references for the first range of data to analyze. The range must consist of a single column or row of data. So for this, select the first column. The second variable to range is in here. We have to enter the cell reference for the second range of data you want to analyze. The range must consist of a single column or row of data. Okay, so sorry, and then select the cell reference for two. The next argument is the hypothesized mean difference. Here you would enter the number you want for the shift in sample means. So a value 0 indicates that the sample means are hypothesized to be equal. So I just take 0 for the hypothesized mean difference. And the labels, if you select the first row or column of your data, that means this arguments. If your data contains labels, then check the labels. Then next argument is the alpha. Enter the confidence level for the test. This value must be in the range of 0 to 1. The alpha level is a significance level related to the probability of having a type 1 error. Okay, so by default I am taking 0.05, that means 5%. And next is the output options. So if we select output range, so we have to give the range of the cell where you want to display your output. If you select new worksheet, then the output will comes in the new worksheet, and if we select new workbook, then your output will become in the new workbook. So I select output range here, so that my output will become here, and then click OK. So this will be our output. So this will be the mean for the female and male. This will be the variance of our observation, and here the observations. So total observations for female will be 6, and total observation for male will be 5. Here is the hypothesized mean, which we pass 0. So this will be 0. This is the degree of freedom for this question. Then the most important thing is the t statistics here, and p-value, t-critical, one tail, and p-value for two tail and one critical two tail. So the first we have to compare t-statistics with t-critical statistics. So the t-statistics is less than the t-critical value, so I cannot reject the null hypothesis based. And also, if your p-value is small, you can still reject the null if the t-statistics is smaller than the t-critical values. Okay, so p-value is also here is greater uh, with the alpha level. I describe 0.05 as the alpha level, and here I get p-value 0.09, which means it is greater, so I will not reject null hypothesis. So what is the conclusion for this test, or for this calculations? We do a two-tailed test. Here t statistics is less than the t critical value, so therefore we do not reject the null hypothesis. And also the observed difference between the sample means, here the observed difference between the sample means is not convincing enough to say that the average number of study hours between female and male students differ significantly. So this test can be used to test the difference between sample means even when the population variances are unknown and unequal. So the resulting test, called Wells T test, will have a low number of degrees of freedom, which was sufficient for the case where the variances are equal. So this is how two sample t-tests assuming unequal variances can be done in Excel. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Thanks for watching.